As I travel the country encouraging leaders to develop men's ministries in their churches, I'm often left to wonder. These men who come to my seminar called How to Build an Effective Men's Ministry want to help their men grow spiritually. I talk about how the effectiveness of the church and the community it serves starts with men. Men leaders nod in agreement as I discuss the tendency males have to isolate themselves, making them more vulnerable to unchristlike behaviors. They know that men need a team surrounding them, like Jesus had, to perform at their best. What I'm left with is I wonder about whether these leaders will take action and actually start a group. Males often find it easier to give in to passivity and wait for someone else to fix their problems. Starting a men's ministry, excuses abound as money and lack of support and distractions and busyness and past failures limit ministry focus. Military leaders have said that a bad plan can at least be changed, but no plan holds one hostage to the enemy. Although my seminar ends with hope and committed action isn't usually the result. Now in Romans 15:23-32, there's a motivating example of a man's willingness to take action in multiple ways. In this passage, Paul steps into the unknown. He seeks help through prayer and takes action instead of simply praying and waiting for change to happen. In verse 23, he states, "Now there is no more place for me to work in those areas." Can you imagine? Paul, with God's help, feels that he has done what God has called him to do in a particular area of life. Paul recognizes that he must end one God-inspired mission and needs to begin another. He goes on to say, "For many years I've been longing to see you." Then he says, "I hope to visit you while I'm passing through." Rather than making empty promises, Paul creates a plan and takes an action to follow through on it. He also calls others to act by saying, "And I hope you will help me on my journey there." God created us with a need to move. Making excuses or waiting for someone else to act leads to spiritual regression. Every church and man within it needs a strong men's group that meets regularly to be encouraged by and accountable to and learn from. Less than 10% of churchgoers have access to this vital resource. With God's help, leaders will overcome their passivity and build ministry resources that will help all be stronger spiritually. I want to challenge you to go into the unknown like Paul. Pray over the actions you're taking and rely upon God to help you succeed. Along with many other men's resources, we at Knights offer several DVD curriculum programs. You can check them out at k21.men. Find a program that will make your men's ministry, a reality. I'm taking action along with many of my brothers. I wonder what action God is calling you to take. And I wonder if you will say to God, yes.